Hello, welcome back to Property Spy. This is the channel where we appraise properties that are on the market or going to auction. We evaluate them as investors and we come up with prices that an investor should be paying for a property depending on different strategies. We use a tool called Valap, which considers multiple strategies, and with that tool, we're able to determine very quickly what strategies we should be applying to a property. And if we have a preferred strategy, we then dig deeper into what the tool is giving us based on real market information. So today we are looking at a semi-detached property in Birmingham. Birmingham is very hot at the moment. In fact, most of the UK is hot right now, but Birmingham has increased quite recently, quite rapidly. HSBC has moved their head offices or some of their offices to Birmingham. Quite a few other employers have moved into the area, so property prices have grown as a result. So that's a bit of background of Birmingham. Obviously, there are multiple places in Birmingham, and I'm sure there are different types of stories that you'd hear when it comes to the property values. Now, the property that piqued my interest for today is this one on Acheson Road, Hall Green, Birmingham. A lot of the properties I've seen on auction recently have been in this sort of area, I think. But it piqued my interest because it's a semi-detached. I've not done many semi-detached semi-detached properties of late, and the appraisal strategies should be fairly straightforward for beginner to sort of medium, to people with a beginner experience or to medium experience. So without taking too much of our time, it's a 3-bed in Birmingham. I initially saw it on the Essential Information Group's website. They do have, let's see, as you can see from the pictures, it needs a ton of work. Huge refurbishment, and that should present us with an opportunity. So looking at this, I'm thinking straight away, well, buy it, fix it up and sell if the figures work. Or you could buy it, fix it up and do a buy to let on it. Or you could buy it, fix it up, convert it to a HMO and just retain it. So these are the strategies that I'm looking at. We generally look at the 6 most common strategies. So there's this serviced accommodation as well, conversion, maybe converting it to flats, and the final one is new build. So we're not going to look at new build conversion, even though the tool would appraise it for those strategies. Now, what I'd like to see is the EPC so that I can get an idea as to the size. So looking at the legal documentation, as I said, the property is going to auction. One thing to realize about this particular property, even though it's a semi-detached house, guess what? It's leasehold. I saw this freehold interest and I saw official copy lease. What is that? Why do we have a lease? What's that? The lease is between Birmingham dwellings and blah blah blah. And there's this whole document which is unusual for houses. Fortunately, when you go to the auctioneer's website, they tell you it's only got 32 years unexpired. So straight away, this reduces the number of people that can afford to purchase this. I know with houses, it's fairly straightforward to convert, extending the lease or converting the lease into freehold, and especially with the government introducing some changes or working on some changes to leasehold franchisement and those types of policies. It shouldn't be too hard to do, but the fact is, to initially purchase this, I suspect you'd won't struggle to raise the finance, or most people will struggle to raise the finance, but those who can may potentially have a deal. So let's not spend too much time doing the intros. If you need more information, send me a message and I'll be sure to respond. To speed up my appraisals, there's a tool, Valap, that we use. Rather than sit there on 6 different spreadsheets, this gives me the option to appraise everything in one go. And it's fairly conservative, but those are the policies and the criteria that I've put in. So we look at B28 OTR. that area. What was it? 116. This property, it's 160. Yeah, 160,000. So fill in the property price. The property type is I'll put residential. Put that it's going to auction. A lot of the properties I look at tend to be in auction because there's so much variety, and searching through is easy. One of these days I'll look at other types of properties. So we now go to do the mega stack. We'll save it. That takes 1 credit. 116. These are the EPCs in the area. There's no EPC here. But what I'm thinking is 114 is probably a similar size to 116. I suspect the one on the left is 114. Or that could be 118. But is there 118 on here? 1112, 94 square meters. We are not sure of the size of this property, but what that says to me is if we went with 114. So now this goes off, it's doing 4 bedrooms. Well, this property has only got 3 bedrooms, but we can change that. So what the mega stack is now doing is doing different appraisals for different strategies, and we'll come back with a potential result. And then we can explore further depending on the result, and hopefully it finds some enough data to be able to give us a result. Yeah, okay, so it says you could do a flip. Ooh. Okay. You could do a HMO. You could also do a conversion. You could do service accommodation. You could do a flip. Okay, so now this gives me something to go with. So it's telling me the gross development value is 373,000 for this type of property. You could do a flip. For me, I don't really invest in that area, but obviously if I had any plans to invest in that area, surely this would be something to look at. Now, we know that flip works. We know that sales accommodation works. We know the HMO works. We know the conversion works. It'll be interesting to see what it's done with the conversion. But my preferred option as of today would be a flip. So let's see what more we can get from the flip. Okay, number of bedrooms 4. So it's telling me that the pricing will be 373,000. Let's look at this. 10,000. Okay, light refurb. It's not going to be a light refurb, is it? So let's change that to be quite a lot. I would say this would cost at least, let's just say 40,000. Okay. Right. Now change the offer amount to 126,000. Okay. Okay, so with this setup, what we now have is a sale price of 373. The asking price is 160. We've allocated a 20% profit. Clearly, you can reduce the amount of profit if you wish to. Let's see if we change that to 10, for instance. Not 1,000. 10%. Yeah, if you're happy with a 37 grand profit, okay, it's a bit low. We could do 15%. It's still higher than the asking price if you did a 15% deposit, or 15% developer's profit. Bearing in mind that you don't have to do anything with planning. You could just go in there, fix it up. You spend 40 grand doing the works. You've covered your mortgage costs for the time of the works, your refurbish amount, refurb costs, got 41,000, capital costs, the stamp duty, everything is factored in here. So this one, I believe, is a good deal to look at. But let's see what else Valap will tell us about this place. Let's look at sale prices in the area. Okay, it's trawling through the information now. And does feel a bit slow. That's definitely something to look at, to look into. Yeah, so I'm usually, okay, so we've now got the results back. Right, so 295, 255, semi-detached, 290. It came up with 300. Okay, you've got these ones at 300,000. Yeah, so it's used the size to work out what would be possible. So average price is 263. So yeah, you'd need to achieve quite a high amount in order to, but it's going to be brand new. The market is booming. Let's see what demand is like. Okay, so demand is a seller's market, so that's always good to know. Total for sale 7, average sales per month 7. So it just sounds like anything you bring to the market will sell quickly. What's the growth? Where is this? Okay, so this is the growth. Oh yeah, it's up and up and up. No surprises there. Okay, so it dropped and then it started growing again. These are the price changes. So for me, this Birmingham property is definitely one worth looking at, worth going into. I suspect it will sell for higher than 180 for anybody, you know, that's looking in the area. It'll be interesting to see what the final price is. But that's it for now. Thank you very much. The other thing I wanted to mention before I leave is with some auctioneers, they do have further charges that you need to be aware of. Get a legal person to look at the legal pack. And the final thing obviously is, this is not advice. This is not a recommendation. This is purely for entertainment. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and I'll see you on the next video.